Hopefully, you are now well into analysing stage 5 and you are developing your argument about how far Scrooge has transformed. So, we looked at a number of quotes that you could use, the fact that Scrooge has scrambled out of bed, he's frisking through the rooms, he's as light as a feather, he's as merry as a schoolboy, which is a complete juxtaposition from where he was in stage 1. He can now feel the coldness of the weather, which again he couldn't in stage 1. He's laughing and crying, he's experiencing emotion, and at the start he felt nothing. And there are a number of sentence starters there that you could use. So hopefully you'll finish that today and you'll be ready to move on to your conclusion. So a conclusion is the final idea left with the reader at the end of an essay. So you're not introducing any new points, you're not adding necessarily any new quotes, but you're linking back to the essay question and you're briefly restating your main points, you emphasising why you've made them. You could also include a final thought or reflection to highlight the significance of the topic. So think of your essay as a type of argument. You're persuading the reader, or in this case the examiner, to a particular point of view. Then the conclusion can be a powerful way of bringing together the most important aspects of your argument. What is your argument then? How does Dickens present Scrooge at the start of the novella? Why was it important for Dickens to present him this way? That's your argument. You're arguing that Dickens deliberately presented Scrooge a certain way at the start of stage 1 so that we see the transformation of him by the end, because this is a Christian allegory, it's a journey to redemption, it was a way of shining a light on the fact that the rich needed to change their behaviour. Sentence starter there that might help you. In conclusion, Dickens presented Scrooge as a something at the start of the novella in order to, and you complete that point and re-emphasise your point of view. So I picked out an example from Of Mice and Men, looking at the character of Slim. So why is Slim an important character in the novella? In conclusion, the character of Slim is important because he symbolises hope in the novel. So what does Scrooge symbolise? His nobility and thoughtfulness represent the more positive side of human nature. He's an intelligent character who is respected by the men on the ranch. He therefore acts as an important contrast to the character of Curly. So why is Dickens using the character of Scrooge? What was the important information that Dickens wanted the reader to leave with the character of Scrooge? So in the conclusion, you should not simply repeat what you've said in the rest of the essay, but aim to reinforce these key ideas by briefly summarising your main points. One way to do this is to look back at all the topic sentences from the paragraphs that you've used and bring them together. So look back at what you were saying about him in stage 1, stage 3, stage 2, stage 5, and join the argument together. So in conclusion, here are some sentence starters for your conclusion. You can use in conclusion, finally, overall, in summary. An example there, in conclusion, Scrooge's relationship with Tiny Tim at the end of the novella leaves the reader with a sense of optimism. Victorian society could move away from Malthusian views, embracing humanity and offering hope for the poor and redemption for the rich. So your conclusion should leave the reader thinking about the significance of the whole topic. So in a literature essay, it is a good idea to include a final thought or reflection, perhaps one that looks forwards or outwards from the novel. So what was Dickens trying to achieve after A Christmas Carol was published? Let's get this finished today.